Pastors Lucas and Annie Giacometti first came to Hobart in 1995 in March, and they started Christian City Church Hobart in the back rooms of the Peacock Theatre in Salamanca. My wife Jane and I later that year attended the church at Centre for the Arts building in Hunter Street, Hobart, and we've never left. Every week there was an army of people that would come in, they would unpack, set up, then pack down and pack up and move out again, and that army of people helped create a sense of community at Christian City Church, which is still with us today.
And so out of a really strong desire to, have our own church building, we were able to get the money together, and we were able to purchase our very first building right in the heart of the city centre, which is 69 Liverpool Street. And it was a great time of establishing new ministries and teams and leaders that were starting to lead teams. It was such an incredible, quick place of growth and expansion, and in that time we were greeting these incredibly brand new people into the church as well,
including me.
And I was about to say, Sharon.
Yeah, that's when I started coming.
Young whippersnapper that she was in those days.
Walked in at about 18 or so into that building, and I just remember being just blown away really by this church and the people. Pretty much from very early on gave my whole kind of heart into that vision and behind the church, and still there, still here, and just can't believe the journey that I got to be on.
So good, wasn't it? Wasn't it so much fun?
It was so much fun,
so
colourful
much fun.
and just crazy. It was crazy times.
What about the bags that we had, the tithing bags? How about
We've
those?
still been using those. Actually, I think we got rid of them. Thank you, COVID.
So our vision continued to grow, and we outdid our existing Liverpool Street property. So we did something incredible and bought the iconic ABC Odeon Theatre. Do you remember that?
Oh, it was massive at the time. It came on the market and we dared to believe, and the vision was there, and so we purchased it.
So it had about 1,000 red seats, and for those that can remember the flip seats, we moved up there, and I can remember carrying pretty much a lot of stuff from one Liverpool Street location to the next one, including some pretty heavy stuff from memory.
Yeah, the front bench counter, beautiful handmade thing, came with us for many years, and it was certainly a highlight carrying that up the street.
So we were there for about 10 years, and we saw some incredible things. We had women's conferences, men's conferences, our beautiful worship team up on the big stage, and I think we had some pretty amazing events.
Yeah, we certainly had our wedding there, so that was a highlight.
We did.
And Christmas at the Odeon first came about there, and I think there was a few events that we had, were probably over 1,000 people there, which was a massive production that Sharon did and worked for us.
And I think it was the birthing of some incredibly good stars out of that particular show. But we had a wonderful time there at the Odeon. The church continued to grow, and the story continued.
So we took our biggest and craziest step of faith, and we found this warehouse over this little bridge over the rivulet out of the city. And it used to hold beer and whiskey, and we renovated it, and it's become home.
Which is super crazy when I reflect upon it now. We bought land with a warehouse and we designed it. Then we decided, well, more than that, let's do our own renovation. We started the whole demolition process ourselves, got some competent builders along the way, brought it all together into this amazing facility that you see here today. Pastor Phil came down from Oxford Falls and he did that live painting of the canvas of Jesus out in the atrium that most of us would have seen coming in the doors. And from there, we called it home in 2011. And it is fair to say, every time we drive in the doors, we truly acknowledge that this is a moment where God has provided something more than what we could ever hope or dream or imagine. And this is our home to do life together.
It's amazing to see the fruit that's occurred from what's happened in this building, and really the dreams come to pass that we've had for this place.
Yeah, it's so true. We have seen countless baptisms, people give their lives to Christ, incredible pastoral journeys over this time. And that's the spiritual side of things which is most important to us.
Yeah.
Then we have what we see in this amazing facility. So much happens. We have hundreds of people from our community using our facility every week, from the cafe and coffees going left, right and centre, the playground. We've got kids of all shapes and sizes, and then, you know, the convention centre. I mean, what's the go with that?
The convention centre is amazing. So many different sized organisations that utilise this place.
Yeah.
On top of that, we have play group that runs during the week where mums and dads and carers can come. And just join a great community there. But one of the great things, I think, we have a non-for-profit hub as well that enables our non-for-profits that do so much around our community to be able to use this facility at a reduced rate.
And, you know, that's just the beginning, just to name a few, Steve.
Which takes us to 2017, where Pastor Sean and Mirella first became the new senior ministers of the church.
They moved from the Middle East to Hobart, and they had no idea what God had in store for them. They stepped into big shoes, and they led the church with grace, purpose, and outstanding leadership. In the last 5 years, many people have joined us on this journey, and we have seen new growth in ministry. Like we had C3 Huon Valley, we started 2 services, we had Mingle in the middle, C3 Cares, But to Serve, and Seasonal Connection Point.
But more importantly, as Pastor Sean and Mirella will always say, it's all about walking the journey.
And now here we are, one church, 2 locations, here in South Hobart and in the beautiful Huon Valley. Our vision is to reach people on a journey to faith and build strong followers of Christ.
This hasn't changed over the last 25 years, plus 12 months, and it won't change in the next 25 years, because that's what the Bible tells us to do, was to go into all the world and to reach people and to help make them disciples. And so that's what we're aiming to do, and that's what we want to be known for in this church. And we stand on the work of so many people who have gone before us over the last 25 years. You know, those people that have served on our front door, who have helped in our car park, who have worked on our worship teams, and we're so thankful for that. So we are blessed to be able to lead the church now, and we're so looking forward as to what's ahead. So God bless, and let's celebrate 25 years plus 12 months.